team in 1 week back-to-back in the CWL Pro League. But let's get it started. eRa versus Red Reserve. Off the break, we're watching Pharaoh, who's absolutely been a superstar for this lineup as of late. Yeah, especially in Hardpoint as well. I will say the two maps that have gone through, of course, St. Marie and London Docks, I would say. Definitely say they favor Red Reserve, but eRa have showed signs of lights against the best teams in the world. I am going to be looking at Pharaoh a lot during this hard point here, but kicking things off, we are going to get a couple of points on the board here for eRa Eternity. It's going to be 15 and counting, as we do see a pinch setup coming for Red Reserve. Will it be successful? Doesn't look like it with Decimate and Pharaoh coming in, but Joe from up top will stop any type of points going eRa's way. Bevel's answering back here, already kicking things off here, and one thing I will be looking at is that rotation courage. It does favor Red at the moment, but all the points going to eRa. Yeah, they're doing a solid job of just keeping this locked down. You see Ricky, the one looking to develop some sort of action towards ammo, wanting these spawns. Will he catch a timing on Rated? He does win the gunfight, but I did hear Rated immediately scream the call out, but look at this. Bevel's playing sneaky. He catches a great timing as that player runs towards the back barn area. He's going to have a 1v1 against Rated. He can't win it, though. And just like that, it does look like the close spawns will actually still favor eRa, and that's because Pharaoh followed up Bevels as well. Yeah, and these next couple of kills are absolutely crucial here. Zero just trying to snake in the grass. Win to surprise a couple of players. There's the first, there's the second. Will he find the streaks? We saw him go on a 9-kill streak yesterday. He's on a 6 already. He's got a glide bomb, a fighter pilot is working towards that artillery strike. Not gonna get it because guess what? Pharaoh just picks up 3. Yeah. That's kind of what he does for this team at this point, Momo. 39-39 the score. eRa holding this time, looking for the scrap, and if you're Red, you're more than happy to just rotate on over here. This is your chance for a full 60 at this back parking lot hard point. Josh trying to hold this outside lane. He doesn't have an AR, but when you're shooting that well, you can probably lock it down for the most part. Weakens Decimate, there's the assist as well. Red Reserve setting up for this as best as they can be. And you can see Josh pushing up to that lookout post, which is pretty much the halfway mark on the map. He doesn't want to cross that to flip the spawns, and he will spawn right at the back with his teammates due to obviously the positioning here. But a couple of kills going in favor of eRa right now, and the spawns could flip. They don't know to go down. That's Decimate and Bevels who are going to spawn out, and now Red Reserve starting to rack up some points. And you can see as well, starting to try and find their way into the lead, which they will. They're just not expecting Pharaoh to be all the way back here. Look, he's trying to get this back road area, unfortunately gives away his position, is immediately traded by Raiden, and just like that, it's eRa spawning out still. Red should hold the majority of this time on the hill with 20 seconds left. You still have the streaks to Zero's name. Pharaoh gets 2, but again, they have the numbers there, they have the close spawns. Really, really good from Rated there. He's gonna collectively get those last 15 points here, and you've got a fighter pilot and a glide bomb. I don't know if anyone from eRa has chose Mountain. We're looking through Decimate, no. Ricky, no. And Bevel's definitely not here. So this fighter pilot coming in, which I presume will, to break here, this should clean up. Here it comes. Fighter pilot in, he'll spot Ricky in the hard point. Decimate and Pharaoh. Well, I thought Decimate had cover, but doesn't remain true. Pharaoh spawns right on up and shoots Zero in the back in that fighter pilot. So it is used. If anything, it's kind of given Red a chance to reposition and fight from different angles, but for the most part, Momo, it looks like that really didn't get Red the hill control they wanted. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you there. It could have definitely worked out better for Red Reserve, and Zero's going to invest his glide bomb, and I do like this use, especially with Rated and Joe picking up kills here. This really opens up for the last 25 seconds before we see the rotation back to the restaurant. And now, with control here, I'm interested to see if Zero does start to push out, does start to collect a couple more kills, because he is on his way to... Okay, snapshot from Zero, 16 and 6. This guy was here early and warming up. It's showing. Yeah, and I think yesterday he wound up tweeting saying, hey, I'm feeling just as good as I once was in the respawns. He says he's finally hitting his groove, and it's showing right now. The man's near triple positive off the break of this map. He's a major reason why Red are currently up by 35 seconds. He's trying to watch this middle lane. He's getting call-outs from his teammates that, hey, there's one at the car. He doesn't want to, like, push through and flip these spawns himself. 1 kill off the fighter pilot now. Red Reserve up 123-89. There's a call out for Rated. He's got to watch his back. He has spotted, and you see he doesn't want to get involved too much with the hard point, and you can understand why when he's just 1 kill away from streaks. He's got a assist, I think, but I don't think it was enough. It was an assist, and he was instantly traded, so no streaks were earned. Yes, his team is still in the hard point, but as we say that, Ricky gets the kill that swings it into eRa's favor. He's had a quiet map so far, currently at 8-11, but it's what you expect from Ricky. He's not ever going to be the one leading engagements. He's not the one that needs to make the flashy plays. It's up to his teammates.
Estimate will be locking things down from above. Just find Josh. He'll find Zero, but Zero gets the better of him this time as he finds kill number 20.
Wow.
Already fantastic stuff. Pharaoh, I do want to point out as well, the interaction level of him at 17 and 15. He is such a fast-paced player, and I absolutely love to watch. Estimate has been stunned. Free fire coming in, not going to happen. Josh, Rated, and Zero all collectively putting names on the scoreboard.
But you and Merc have critiqued this eRa team, especially Pharaoh being one of them before, where at times it's like they sprint too much. They don't value their life enough in certain scenarios. And we talked about with Pristini, where he had like a 45 and 45 game on London Docks. If he was playing at a little bit too fast a pace, what is the thing that kind of tells your team, hey, you've got to slow down? What is it that's the red flag to make someone have to realize that they're just going too fast?
I think there is definitely parts in the series and in the mapping. It's a lot down to communication. You'll have those players, and prime example, when I used to play with Jordan, it was always that I just couldn't keep up. He was just one step ahead, and yes, he'd make that entry kill and go down, but if your teammate isn't there to trade that second kill, that amazing play from Pharaoh, who makes that initial break, it's useless because there's no one there to collectively push back that second wave of kills. So you've got to be on the same page. You've got to be communicating at the highest level. But you've also, if you are that fast-paced player and your team aren't up to that speed, you've got to be aware as well. You can't just expect everyone to play around you. However, right now, Pharaoh and the squad are getting back into it. Full lockdown on the parking lot with 35 seconds left. They need these 30 seconds. Yeah, they need to get back into this game.
And that was a perfect 4 dead as well. They know exactly where these players are going to hit from middle map and the outside courtyard lane. Entry now from Zero. You see Joe instantly traded. Zero with a second. He's now 25 and 9. Bevel's trying to hold this middle street lane. It looks like Red had the number advantage here, but what, they're going to get 15 seconds, 12 seconds?
That is huge.
On this hard point?
That may not seem a lot, Jack, and I always say about scrap time is sometimes it's a little bit wasteful, but I do think that 10-second moment there for Red Reserve just stops the eRa squad getting any type of streaks. It does stop them, and it will, of course, give Red Reserve that mental edge over the 200 mark as well.
Yeah, and they still do have around a 1-minute lead right now. eRa trying to fight for time in this hard point. It's Pharaoh in the top mid lane. I think Rated to challenge him. Yeah, there you go. Rated pops on up, gets the quick kill. More in favor of Red now. They've got the number advantage by the hard point. It's up to eRa to begin to flood on through this choke point area, and you can see just how poorly that's going for him now. Another 2-piece from Joe. This is what you love to see if you're a Red Reserve fan. You've got everyone firing, pulling their weight. Look at Zero.
Yeah.
27 and 12. 2 minutes already in the hill, and he's just winning, it seems like, every one-on-one engagement.
I mean, you tell me another player that is so versatile in their playstyle that they can be the sniper for the team on the S&D. They can be that solid slayer with an assault rifle. They can then pull out a PPSH and drop 30 to 13. And 2 minutes and 13 seconds in the hill. Yeah. Zero is an absolute machine right now.
Remember, he was our Stage 1 MVP from back in the Season 1 of the IW Pro League. 238 to 159. You basically just have to go for it now if you're eRa. Flood into the hard point. 3 kills for Red. The last one's been spotted as well. This should be GG if they kill him off. Yeah, they're not going to get there in time. Red take map 1. 250 to 159.
Zero playing some superb individual plays. Again, you know, a real lockdown from the squad. You saw individual moments from all, and it's very easy to just look at the scoreboard. But again, you know, Joe started slow yesterday in map 1 Valkyrie.
Yeah.
He starts at a very good pace here, and it set kind of the path for Red Reserve. They do shut down eRa. And what frightens me more is London Docks is the second hard point. How that has slipped through when Red are pretty much, I think, undefeated on that. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a map 4. How that plays out. Of course, we will be going to Search and Destroy next. It's a different ballgame.
And we've always heard so much these players talk about in the map veto process. Do we vote out what's a strong map for our opponents? Do we, you know, try to keep in a map that we think we're bad at? Or sorry, we keep in a map that we think we're good at and vote out a map we're bad at? It's kind of a tug of war. And maybe the thought process for eRa was, hey, we feel we're good at London Docks. We know how good Red Reserve are, but we'd rather play them on London Docks and maybe a map we're bad at, like the Gibraltar Hardpoint.
Okay. I mean, again, it's kind of it's catch-22 where...
Hey, I don't say I agree with him.
No,
I'm just saying...
And I think you raise a really good point, because sometimes you've got to go into a game with so much self-belief and so much confidence that it doesn't matter whether you're playing a team who's amazing at it. If you're very confident in your own play style, which I always say that is kind of Red Reserve in a nutshell, they play what they feel they're best at, and they will be very, very happy with the hardpoint map set. We saw the analyst, obviously, and heard the analyst, I should say. The search and destroy maps obviously coming into play. eRa, I think, can take both of these.
Okay.
And I feel if it does go to a Game 5, eRa could snatch it. I really do believe that. Red Reserve, we saw yesterday, putting on a clinic against Rise Nation. One thing I love about this division is the search and destroy almost specialist within this division is great to watch.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, eRa's gone Game 5 every match so far this week. USS Texas, search and destroy up next. What strategies are brought on out? We know Pharaoh loves to snipe on this map, but he's more than confident with also swapping on over and playing those kind of late flanks around B. Arden Forest CTF will be Game 3, and you mentioned that London Docks hardpoint. That's scary if you're an eRa Eternity fan. Essentially, with how good Red Reserve have looked on it, it's almost like these next two maps are must-wins for eRa, so they're in, Red's not on match point heading into that Game 4. This is just match 1 today. We have 4 series in total as we finish out week 3 of Division A.
Yeah, a little bit of a shorter day. Obviously, for you guys at home, and especially the Europeans watching, I know you waited. Some of you guys tweeted me till 3 AM watching Red Reserve. Today is Game 1, and they've already started very, very strong over eRa Eternity. Search and destroy obviously coming up next, and the man who puts 30 on the board.
Okay. So this setup, they're expecting an immediate aggression towards their top window, which is popular on defense. You double nade it, then hit the player who you think is weak. But I think eRa, they're more than happy with just playing bomb crosses right now. That smoke goes down, they still have one watching B, and look at these mind games. Look at how perfect this timing just was. Can we quickly swap the rated, please? Look at this. They bait out the smoke and these... Oh, wait, what?
Did he mean to do that? Let's not think too much into that. He's going to get the bomb down no matter what. A couple of seconds later than he thought. Zero and now is in a fantastic position with his sniper. It was actually Pharaoh who was destroying players. And Zero
gets the first shot
onto Pharaoh.
And he sees the player cross as well. This is so much information for his team. Oh, but he actually doesn't spot him as he crosses to the left. But by that time, it's already a 1 versus 3. Wow. Think of what Zero just did for his team. He eliminates Pharaoh, who's obviously the long-range sniper, who can really just pick people off and watch over that whole lane. So he gets the first blood. He calls out that, hey, Decimate's pushing up B-bomb. They know where the second is. The other two are firing in kind of the middle ship. At that point, in a 5-second window, they go from knowing where only one player is to knowing where every single person is, and most of it's spotted by Zero.
I think as well, when I think of Red Reserve, and we've said it time and time again against, or for eRa, Red Reserve, I do feel in the upcoming months, these open events that are coming up, they could kind of take that title as the best S&D team. And I know that's kind of a bit of a bold statement to make, but the 4 plays that they have, the versatility that they have on their squad, plus the actual individual talent, Joe, he kind of says he kind of doesn't get the credit he deserves in Search and Destroy, but you see these VTs where Zero says, he's a self-proclaimed best S&D player in the game. We know Rated's opinion on himself. But they play with so much confidence, but also they back it up. Yeah. They really do.
Here you go. Pressure now coming in. Will they check the bomb in time? It does look like Joe's pushed up, and that's a first blood on a Bevels. They know they got I think Joe weak with that. They try to follow up with the nade. It does not connect. 4 versus 3 now for Red Reserve.
And again, that bomb crossing for Bevels, he kind of just jumped across. There was no smoke such as what Red put down previously, and Joe just took full advantage of that. Zero will be having this battle.
That's a tough, tough shot if you're Pharaoh. You're grasping at straws there. 20 seconds left. The hand now being forced. They know where Ricky is. Pharaoh trying to make a hero play in towards the top window. 12 seconds remaining. Ricky's by himself. That's a round win for Red. Two rounds and Momo 2 first bloods.
Yeah, Joe obviously opened up with the first blood on that one. I do think the Zero snipe right at the end here that puts that 1v3 on the cards. Again, putting that round to bed. Rated just locking things down here from that side of the ship. And we talk about this series and, to kind of a topical situation is, you know, these next 2 maps, if eRa do steal, they can really push this to a game 5 and see if they clutch it out. If they lose this second map, Jack,
yeah,
what does that kind of... That position for eRa is a... You know, you go into a CTF and I think they could get buried on.
And look, Zero goes and watches at top.
Okay.
Okay. No, don't do it. Okay, Pharaoh just decides, fine, I'm going to challenge him. I'm that confident myself. With that, though, they pushed up. That's a free kill for Rated. Honestly, Zero is just not missing with the sniper.
Zero himself just said, wow. Like, he's impressed with himself.
But at the same time, I also think he's going, wow, like, they're challenging me like this right now?
Yeah.
They keep peeking when they know I'm back here?
I think the second kill that Zero got, it shouldn't have happened. The third, though, I think that's silly to say the least, but Zero again having a monster game. Map 1, he's 5-1 in map 2. Red Reserve, they're 3-0. They're making this look, I'm not going to say easy, but the way they're setting up is so methodical. They've got everything planned out. It is like a game of chess.
Joe just soaring across that bottom door, trying to get information for his team. 1 minute left in this round, and it looks like the bomb has already been planted. That's Bevel's backing on up. Zero whiffs the first shot. He can't connect with any others as he's gotten away in time. Pharaoh peeks and misses his opportunity. 35 seconds left. Red have to begin to go, Momo. And it starts with the smoke.
Just start with the smoke, and interesting to see how this one works out, because Joe is now going to see Ricky. He won't want to jump out here because he knows there's a player to his left. Unfortunately for him, his teammate has gone down. Bevel's answers back as well with a second. All Zero can do is just pick one up with the machine pistol. A great answer to Red Reserve's strong defense. And that starts, of course, with that first blood.
And a lot of it is just that bomb plant. There's no nades to force him off the bomb. He just gets it down, and once that happens, you're like, okay, this round, as long as they watch their lanes, it should be an easy win if you're in eRa Eternity.
And how strong would Red Reserve's defense on the A-bomb site? You know, eRa just said, okay, that was difficult. Let's switch it up, and they did that. It worked.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that again. Are we going to see the same from Red Reserve, though, with the smoke play onto A? This time, they can smoke and go for it. Last time they used it as bait. This time, there's 2. Pharaoh just watching the lower side. That's big. First blood, Rated.
But I actually really love the position Josh is in. They're not going to expect him here. They think only one person went to bomb. Why would you ever expect 2 to cross? That nade almost accidentally hit him.
Oh, he's got a silencer.
Look. They have no idea. They have absolutely... Why would they think there was someone here? This is so brilliant from Josh so far. Will they hop up behind him? There's one right next to him now. He'll shoot the player on the site, dive down to the second because of the silencer. He doesn't know he's there. It's so late. The call-out's so delayed. Beautiful play there from Josh. Love that decision. Playing mind games of eRa, and there's just not enough time for Bevels. That is what makes Red Reserve such a great search and destroy team. Look at him. He knows. That was an awesome play. They're laughing. It was almost like too perfect.
And Josh is the type of player who doesn't stop speaking during a game, but for that moment, I just know he will have been giggling to himself.
Yeah, look.
Rated's having fun as well, and that's a round which, again, it shows all the hard work is paying off. These are not fly strategies. These are not things that they just make up. These are things that, you know, a lot of time goes into. When he put that silencer on, of course, that addition via the airborne. Oh, interesting. Always nice to see fresh stuff.
Yep. Absolutely agree. Now it's eRa trying something different. The focus is bottom ship. Will they look to overwhelm Josh in the top window? It doesn't appear so as of yet. They've claimed all of bottom ship control. They should still have Zero watching this B-side crossing. You see some movement from the red arrows. I think they know Bevels is now there. That's another plant, and he's out with his life.
4v4. It's got to be a retake in 40 seconds. Zero now with a sniper, not the best.
And I just don't think they even realize that there's 3 players in bottom ship, that they literally have that whole area controlled. Rated's going on the long flank. He knows Ricky's here, but his teammates are dying all around him.
Oh, and he actually gets taken down. So with 2 players now, they've completely swapped sides. It's not ideal. Rated needs to jump in and help out Joe. If he got the cover there, could have been a different story. However, great stuff from eRa. Rated, he knows one player's pushing behind him. He's going to try and take him out. Unsuccessful, though. And again, good answer at the B-bomb site.
This reminds me a little bit of that London Docks S&D we saw yesterday between Red and Rise, where teams had all these different layers to their setups. Right there, another change. Instead of planting B and all being in the very back of the map, as you can see, Ricky was going for that super long flank, expecting people to be there. Only person there was rated, and that's an obvious spot. You're going to always have someone there in any setup on this map. The rest were all bottom ship, and because they had 3 people there, you can't even just push in with 2. You need to go down from every angle if you're going to try to win some hectic gunfights. eRa changing things up, and it pays off for them. They're now back within 2 rounds.
Ricky yet to get off the mark here, still sat at 0-5. Bevel's obviously going up here. He knows, yeah, he knows that the sniper, of course, in Zero's hands. And the question is, has Zero called that out, or has he got away with being behind enemy lines? Because those players now up close to A, they won't know. So Joe may think this room is completely empty.
I don't think so. I feel like, and now Zero's seen him again. Oh, he just unscoped. Joe should challenge this, though. Or at least I thought he would. He's looking for Ricky just around this corner. Bevels, though, in the window actually kills Josh. So, I mean, maybe there was a miscommunication.
I just think that Bevels got up and kind of hit the deck very, very quickly, and he got away with that. Stopper, though.
It's a tough shot for Zero. 25 seconds left. The bomb down at B. Pharaoh's here to watch the cross, too. Good luck, Joe. You're getting pinched from everywhere. This will be a round win for eRa.
Shut down is Joe, and back-to-back rounds now for eRa Eternity. Much needed, as we do see Decimate with that final kill. And again, I think it was reading the play from Zero, being at the back, getting up there but hitting the deck as soon as he could. That first blood kind of opening. And when he did get it onto rated, I mean, that may have been a play where he gone, how on earth has he got up there? I thought we had that covered.
Yeah. Both teams continuing to make adjustments. eRa now a swing around. When will Ricky get on the board? Currently 0-6. Smoke out today. Don't think they have any intentions to plant quite yet. They'll wait out some nades.
I think Rated's just throwing a nade there. Yeah, you can see by the animation. Oh, and I think the feet of Josh have been spotted as well.
That's such a crazy angle. Look at this.
I mean, that's such a hard shot for
He
Bevels.
just goes for it. He tries to pre-fire. He loses the gunfight, though. That's one you cannot afford to lose. They do still have their 3, set up bottom ship, so they have 2 more players there. 3 versus 3.
One smoke obviously used already over at A. Rated and Ricky. Rated's going to get the cover behind the bomb. And Rated, he's very, very confident about that. Oh, how has he got away? And he's just challenged again. Back and forth. Mind games, but Ricky, that's the first one for, hopefully for him, many.
I think that just kind of sums up the game Ricky's had so far. He's had to work for anything he can get. 2 versus 2. They're going to be able to fall all the way back, which is probably the best part of this whole thing for eRa.
Yep, and they're going right to the back as well.
Yep.
We're going to see Josh team up with Zero. Is that a smoke that he's popped down? Yes, it is. So that covers Pharaoh and the sniper. The question is...
Oh, he's going to give up the flank at the worst time. Look at the timing. They know how perfect this is. They know how perfect this is. The smoke actually hurts him, but Zero turns around in time. It's now a 1 versus 1. Pharaoh snuck on out for the moment. 18 seconds left, and he's going to win this round for eRa. 4-4.
Yeah, fantastic play as well. I think the smoke from Josh was really good. I actually really agree with the fact that Zero pushed up and tried to help. You don't want to be irrelevant in the situation, but again, it's the way that the trade came in. We saw him being able to kind of dip into that bottom ship again very, very quickly.
Yep.
Great play.
Rough timing there for Zero. And Pharaoh was caught in that smoke. If that smoke wasn't there, he would have spotted him. 4-4, though. eRa bringing it back, even with Ricky currently sitting at 1-7. What do they do now on defense? What does Red Reserve still have in their playbook? Looks like Bomb will begin to move towards top window.
It's aggressive from Pharaoh. It's going to be the first call out. Smoke going down on B. Is that a bait? Joe with the first blood. Again, that's 2 first bloods for him.
It almost always is a bait if it's a Red Reserve, it seems, at this point. Again, if you're Red, you've got to begin to realize bottom ship has been the main focus this whole game for eRa. Rated gets cut down, 3 versus 3.
And Zero, again at this position, the smoke, he really can't do anything. I don't think he's in danger of the defuse coming in. And I like the fact that Joe here is using that just to his advantage, just to peek give the intel on 0. Long shot. Questionable, but now that's the location of both players.
There's
Joe and
so
Josh know
time.
that.
There's so little time. 15 seconds left. Josh around the corner sees one on the hop up, and that might just be perfect for him. There's the first. No time left. That will be a round victory for Red Reserve, putting them one away from going up 2-0.
As well, just look at where the bomb was planted. Do take that into consideration. That was mainly 4-0 right at the back.
It's the old TK bomb spot, you know?
Mm-hmm. 1 round away. Joe getting his mid-game stretches in.
Always important. Always important. eRa Eternity, backs against the wall. What can they do? Decimate having a great game at 10-6, 2 first bloods and a plant. I'm expecting them to still do bottom ship. It's worked for them very well on offense, but I think Red have picked up on it now. They've flooded bottom ship themselves. Kills being traded, 3 versus 3. He sticks him. 2 versus 2.
Oh my goodness. 2 grenades rated. That's a big kill because that is not going to be traded. And now Bevels with a 1v2 is going to find Josh, and Rated knows exactly where he is.
They saw him.
Oh my goodness. Rated there, finalizing the search and destroy. Bit of a shaky shot there, jumping out, and I think a bit of a
They
misplay.
both saw each other.
They both baited. They were just shoulder peeking. Red Reserve lead the series 2-0.
I thought Rated was going to have an STG, but it wasn't the case. Having that PPSH so perfect in that scenario, Red still looks so solid at S&D, and that's one, if you're an eRa Eternity fan, you're thinking we had to win that map. Even if they do force the game 4, they go to Red Reserve's statistically best map and game mode combination in London Docks Hardpoint. Red, they want a series victory after dropping that rough one in Game 5 last night to Rise Nation. I can promise you that, Momo. And right now, they're off to a great start today.
Most definitely are. They've got their eyes on the prize, and the prize being playoffs. And playoffs meaning $500,000 on the line. Ooh. So much money. So much money indeed. This is just match 1 of 4 today. That man Zero has been going off so far this series. When we come back, Ardennes Forest capture the flag. Don't go anywhere.
Red Reserve, fighting for the title of best team in Europe, fighting for a series victory here versus eRa. But before we get into the capture the flag, Momo, we have to look at our Scuff Gaming play of the game, and it was the sneaky sneaky by Josh. Sneaky sneaky.
It was sneaky, and it was nearly
Look at this.
by that grenade. It would have been.
Silencer on airborne. Waits. His team, knowing exactly where the one is, shoots the player in the back. Then Ricky's going, where? Where did he die from? Where did he die from? He's behind you, Ricky!
And that kill as well got a little bit shaky there. Josh, of course, with a silencer. I love the way that Josh obviously picked up the first kill straight after Joe. Really smart, really heads-up play. Red Reserve, though, 2-0 in the series.
Is this going to game 4, or are they winning it on Ardennes here?
I do feel this ends on Ardennes.
Okay.
But if it doesn't, it ends on the Ducks. I don't see a game 5. I think Red Reserve, they're on some next level high at the moment. When you're beating a team 250 to 159.5 point, you're beating a super strong S&D team like eRa Eternity in that manner, and then you go to CTF. I think we expect a big game from Reese Rated Price.
Reese Rated Price is not who we're watching. It's Zero's stun that hit the top of the ruins. I don't know what just happened. Rated does lose his first gunfight, and look at who's already snuck through. Bevels has somehow made it this far, but he gives away his position. Literal worst case scenario there that he doesn't finish that kill, and now they know, hey, there's one in Bell. We've got to watch this outside lane.
Red Reserve on the defense at the moment here, but as Joe picking up 1-0, taking down another. Rated gets in the mix, and Pharaoh stays alive just for enough, just to stop any type of pull there from Red Reserve.
How important is it for him to get 2 kills there before he dies?
Oh, really important. He dies instantly there, and we see Red Reserve push up into 4 very powerful positions. They try and lock down, get a few spawn kills, but it is stopped, and Decimate and Pharaoh again with another couple of kills. We'll shut down Joe as well. Josh is playing sneaky again.
Oh, it's Josh's middle name, actually.
Just waiting, biding his time.
And Rated, he's nervous about one being close. Look, they think Josh is here. Look at what Josh has now done. He's made eRa paranoid. They send 3 back to their spawn. And now they know, hey, this is where everyone is. They know the 2 are developing some sort of map positioning, one towards cabin, one towards ruins. Looks like ruins should have a kill here. There's Decimate killing 0, but 90 seconds into this game, no flag pulls as of yet.
Ardennes Forest yesterday, we saw a 3.5 minute stalemate.
No. 5.5.
Oh, 5.5. Sorry, correct myself there. 5.5 from
here we go.
From Red Reserve. So
eRa are leaving open this outside lane. That's another pull. Now they just know, hey, we have to defend our base. They know both players are there. That stun will tell them that, hey, both are near bunker. Here comes the flank from Josh. The nade comes in. 1 more player is all they have to stop. There's the challenge. I don't think Decimate middle map will get there in time. No, capture Red Reserve. And it's all because eRa keep leaving open this ruins lane, Momo.
You're leaving holes in your defense, and you will be punished. A squad like Red Reserve, they'll be taking advantage of everything that is given to them, and now Zero locking things down at ruins.
And what's funny is they already know Josh abused that open lane once already. So Josh likes him to go, oh, Red are trying to do this. Now they're saying, wow, you know, we just let it happen again. It doesn't surprise me to now see Pharaoh basically just holding left trigger in that outside ruins. Look at how passive both teams are now playing. Neither wanted to give up the first kill.
First kill will go towards Josh, a.k.a. B-Sport. Second to Joe. This is dangerous.
Oh, no!
And now this is where the aggression, this is where they fold upon them. And look where they spawned. I can hear Red Reserve getting hyped.
This is so smart from Rated. He's going to trail this player and block the spawn. There's only one now that they have to stop, and that's going to be Pharaoh. They do have to be careful of those trailing their own flag carrier. Pharaoh in a 1 versus 1. The player's now weak. I think they should get the stop. They should get the stop.
I've got to give the credit to Pharaoh.
Yep.
Fantastic play from him then. I thought that was a guaranteed cap. I thought Rated was going to trail the player like you said. It didn't happen. He cut into fire. Very smart from Pharaoh. 7 on 5. Great stuff. Red Reserve still in the lead, but it could be worse.
It most certainly could be worse. And they've actually got map positioning too. And look what they're having to do. Look what Pharaoh's having to go. Because they keep leaving this outside ruins lane open, they have to keep doing these long rotations back. He just spawned up cabin, went all the way to his flag, and instead of being able to push forward knowing, hey, they're all pinned in their base, he's got to go hope that he can stop whoever's trying to overextend, and because of that, they don't have the offensive power they need.
Aggressive playstyle going into the cabin from Red Reserve, trying to get that power position behind the rock. And they're going to get it for now. Bevels is going to deny Rated, though, for a second. So backing off will be Joe. Joe's going to have a big job on his hands. It's too big as he does get shut down, and it leaves Josh now in the bunker. And Josh has actually decided to push out the bunker. I'm not sure I agree with that play, but I think he was trying to get up to that rock just on the side here of fire.
Nice shots from Bevels. Rated.
Look at Joe.
Yeah, and again, open lane, flag now pulled.
Number 8 turns around. Bevels gets caught with his pants down there.
Decimate's the only one up. They know exactly where he is.
No streaks.
And the capture. Again, eRa keep leaving open ruins. Look at this. Red aren't even running back with him. They have so much knowledge of where eRa are that they're flooding forward. They might be looking for another pull to force this extra time inside one. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's just a testament to the control they have right now.
And that's what I love about Joe. I constantly get told how Zero, can be one of the best players in Europe or rated this, and Josh is the best leader, but Joe is a player which I remember first coming into the scene, he was so underrated, and he kind of has always been. A lot of players don't give him the credit he deserves, and yeah, he can have those stellar games, but he's always the one, fighting against the odds, if that makes sense, and he's a great individual player, and the plays that he does make on games like Capture the Flag can change the game, can win you the game. Great player.
Outside of being down 2-0, there is some, I guess, a silver lining and some other bad news to take from this. The silver lining for eRa is, even though they're down 2-0, they haven't given up streaks, right?
Yeah.
But the bad news is that they are down 2-0, and they had the preferred side in the first half. Now they're on the less preferred side. Not a good spot to be in.
I mean, this is a game that Red Reserve, it's basically, they've almost tallied it up on the scoreboard. They've almost given them another victory here. It's theirs to lose.
Red Reserve, they look like they have no holes in their setup right now. Communication on point. Let's listen in. Presented by Astro Gaming.
P1. I'm gonna push up a bit.
Watch out. Get away.
Watch my side, Josh. Fire tank Reese. I need help. Dead.
Outside, yeah. Shall we wait for the spawn pinch? I'll pinch him in this spawn.
Yeah.
Everyone wait then.
Everyone pre-aim. We got perm set. Side, one shot.
I'll go urine, Josh. I have urine, Josh.
I
got you, bro. I'm going now.
Left corner Reese, I'm pretty sure.
Let down on off angle. Challenge you on the right as well.
Oh, back there.
One shot.
Good. Just so you get kills.
One's gone fire cut and field.
Sharp.
Yeah. I'm pushing straight broken.
Push every way at the same time.
So last guy pick up eyes.
Yeah, I'm going broken.
Okay,
I'm with you broken then.
Guys, if you can race.
I got ice.
I'm not.
I do side broken, Joe.
Pushing Josh.
Cabin cut.
I'm playing this field, Josh. I'm playing this. Josh got me right, yeah?
Yeah. Be patient.
You got me? On me?
Look, eyes.
You
Eyes. I'm leaving for you, Trey, bro. P5.
Wait, Josh, I bet you
I got it. Watch out, let's go. Joe.
Go. Get cabin, Trey.
On me, broken.
Go, Josh. Leave him, Josh. I'll pick him up.
I'm just holding cabin heady, yeah?
Fire tank, come
Holding cabin heady.
Fire tank.
Needed your left, Josh.
Watch my cabin cut, Josh.
Yeah, no,
We're looking for Bevels on this left.
I'm going to push bridge towards broken race.
Yeah.
You see the bunker tracks?
Yeah, one's bunker.
Inside it?
Yeah. Tiny bit weak,
Joe, push out, yeah?
P5, take straight through.
Bevels on the left.
Yeah, on my truck.
Stand on, Joe.
Fire cut.
Two left
and one right.
Don't make two on the left. On my truck.
He's on the one shot then.
One more.
Cabby cut.
Nice, on my truck, he was on my truck, last guy was. You're
Fair
shooting.
Ricky, fair
Yeah, he's
Ricky.
shooting.
Bunker.
Watch out. 1 minute, literally.
Okay.
3 minutes. He's super fucking weak.
I'm holding.
Yeah.
I'm holding P2.
I'm checking
pick him
streaks.
on
Just
mid.
give a mid. Can someone get mid?
Yeah, it's good,
mid,
it's good. Hold
I'm
fire
in.
tank, Joe, just slow down.
I am. Can they get me 5 or not?
Can he be bunker tray?
They can be, but there's not
They
one
come
in there
to-
now.
Watch out, bunker.
Back out of 5.
Two bunker, I can't get it, 2 bunker. Okay, hold that, try, I'm going
Yeah,
mid.
he's weak,
Hold that, don't do it, you lost
Run
4 point to kill.
Back out of 5.
We don't need a flag.
Look at the flag.
Side
2
bunker.
bunker, watch out.
One side bunker.
I know for some North American viewers it's hard to understand, but Red Reserve, they're on the same page. The communication levels is fantastic, and for me it all stems from like that kind of leadership role, but I don't feel it's just solely on one person. I don't feel like it's just Josh. Yes, he is commanding, but Joe, he makes a heads-up play and says, everyone wait, I'm rotating around. It doesn't work, okay. Rated, he's putting, gameplays out there as well. And Red Reserve, again, very clinical, and it's definitely showing in their gameplay here.
90 seconds under that now. Ricky, he's having one of his worst series I've seen from him so far. I mean, have we talked about the fact that he's 4-15?
We haven't touched on it just yet.
Yeah, well, Ricky's 4-15. A lot of the series from eRa has almost felt like 3v4s. 60 seconds left. Now they've got to start to kind of get crazy with these plays, getting over aggressive, trying to make hero plays instead of being able to go for full setups. Red keep finding exactly where every player is. That kill right there gives them the knowledge that, hey, everyone's coming off spawn. They've all got to be in their base, and now they just hold these lanes. You've got basically an S&D setup at this point. 1 at cabin cover, 1 pushed up mid, 1 watching ruins. This is almost impenetrable with the cover they have.
30 seconds left. You could almost say this is over here, especially if you're trading the kills that they are. It just feels like Red Reserve, they're just too set up. It's not about streaks. It's not about, a domino effect here. It is simply about one team being in better positions, better at, their timings, and simply outslaying at the same time. Yes, Ricky's had definitely an off game, and that has not helped.
eRa, you've forced a lot of game 5 so far this week. You've shown some life, but Red Reserve just dominated you in a best of 5, 3-0. The quick sweep there as Red recover after the game 5 loss last night to Rise.
They'll be happy with that one, especially to end their week. Red Reserve, again, just getting ever so closer to not only solidifying that spot, but these wins are really pushing them to the top of that spot. They will want that first place in the division. When we came in and we saw, Optic, TK, even at the time,